Hello everyone, welcome back to the Top 10 Most Awesome channel. After knowing much about the President of Russia in our previous clips, it's time to know about his political journey. Sequentially know how today's most powerful man in the world came into his action. So go through the sequential journey of the top 10 government facts about Vladimir Putin. Make sure you watch the video till the end, and know the latest update about Ukraine and Russia. Let's begin. Number 10. The intelligence officer. Putin served 15 years as a foreign intelligence officer for the KGB, Committee for State Security, including 6 years in Dresden, East Germany. In 1990 he retired from active KGB service with the rank of lieutenant colonel and returned to Russia to become protector of Leningrad State University with responsibility for the institution's external relations. Number 9. Advisor to Sobchak. Afterward Putin became an advisor to Sobchak, the first democratically elected mayor of St. Petersburg. He quickly won Sobchak's confidence and became known for his ability to get things done. By 1994 he had risen to the post of first deputy mayor. Number 8. Deputy to Pavel Borodin. In 1996 Putin moved to Moscow, where he joined the presidential staff as deputy to Pavel Borodin, the Kremlin's chief administrator. Putin grew close to fellow Leningrader Anatoly Chubais and moved up in administrative positions. In July 1998 President Boris Yeltsin made Putin director of the Federal Security Service, FSB, the KGB's domestic successor, and shortly thereafter he became secretary of the influential Security Council. Yeltsin, who was searching for an heir to assume his mantle, appointed Putin prime minister in 1999. Number 7. The acting president of Russia. On December 31, 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly announced his resignation and named Putin acting president. Promising to rebuild a weakened Russia, the austere and reserved Putin easily won the March 2000 elections with about 53% of the vote. As president, he sought to end corruption and create a strongly regulated market economy. Are you getting excited to know more interesting facts? Take a moment to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so you can be the first to watch every video we post. Number 6. Cleaning the oligarchs. Putin moved to reduce the power of Russia's unpopular financiers and media tycoons, the so-called oligarchs, by closing several media outlets and launching criminal proceedings against numerous leading figures. He faced a difficult situation in Chechnya, particularly from rebels who staged terrorist attacks in Moscow and guerrilla attacks on Russian troops from the region's mountains. In 2002 Putin declared the military campaign over, but casualties remained high. Number 5. Objection to U.S. press. Putin strongly objected to U.S. President George W. Bush's decision in 2001 to abandon the 1972 anti-ballistic missile treaty. In response to the September 11 attacks on the United States in 2001, he pledged Russia's assistance and cooperation in the U.S.-led campaign against terrorists and their allies, offering the use of Russia's airspace for humanitarian deliveries and help in search and rescue operations. Number 4. Opposing U.S. Putin joined German Chancellor Gerhard Schröder and French President Jacques Chirac in 2002-03 to oppose U.S. and British plans to use force to oust Saddam Hussein's government in Iraq. Overseeing an economy that enjoyed growth after a prolonged recession in the 1990s, Putin was easily re-elected in March 2004. Number 3. Third term as Russia's president. On March 4, 2012, however, Putin was elected to a third term as Russia's president. In advance of his inauguration, Putin resigned as United Russia chairman, handing control of the party to Medvedev. He was inaugurated as president on May 7, 2012, and one of his first acts upon assuming office was to nominate Medvedev to serve as prime minister. Number 2. Ukraine and Russia. In February 2014, when the government of Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych was overthrown after months of sustained protests, Yanukovych fled to Russia. Refusing to recognize the interim government in Kyiv as legitimate, Putin requested parliamentary approval to dispatch troops to Ukraine to safeguard Russian interests. Number 1. Constitutional change and the attack on Ukraine. Although Russia remained something of a pariah on the global stage, its athletes were barred from international competition due to a massive state-sponsored doping scheme. It was suspended indefinitely from the G8, and it was the target of a raft of economic sanctions. Putin's personal stature was undiminished. With Britain struggling to conclude an exit deal with the European Union, German Chancellor Angela Merkel in the twilight of her tenure as de facto leader of Europe, and governments in Poland and Hungary exhibiting increasingly authoritarian practices, Putin faced a West that seemed unable to find its direction.